All right, Lil Uzi. Eternal Atake 2. So I'm an audio engineer that's been doing this for about 5-6 years. And I think there are a good amount of reasons why this album isn't being received as well as it could be. And I think most of it has to do with the engineering side of things, with how instrumental and vocals came together. And I wanted to give an audio engineer's perspective on the tracks. So with this album, I think there are 4 things that contributed to its lackluster reception by the public. And all of them are engineering based. So I'm not going to try to touch on Uzi's style too much. I do at the end a little bit, but the first thing is timing and flow. I don't know if Uzi was being experimental or if some of the writing was just like weird on purpose. It's not catchy. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of thought put into it. It seems like it was written by someone who doesn't have very much experience. And I think this is highlighted on the first few tracks, especially like We Good and Light Year. Words that don't fit, but Uzi wanted them to fit because that's what they wanted to say. But even if you have things that don't flow well or things that are a little bit out of time, like you can fix that in post, which makes me think that like it was either a stylistic choice by Uzi, or B, it was the engineer being rushed, or maybe someone wanted to fix it, but they ran out of time. I don't know. That was one of the first issues I had. The second one was the control of the autotune. And I understand that this autotune sound is part of Uzi's sound, so I respect and appreciate the fact that it was used on most of the tracks. I think on the first half of the album it works pretty well. Once you start getting into the R&B inspired songs on the second half of the album, I think it feels a little out of place, the heavy autotune. Stylistically, I think you could argue that the autotune fits well over like trappy rage beats, psychedelic trap, rock trap, whatever. That's not where the issues are. I think the biggest issues are with songs like Chill Bay, God Darn Song, even Perky Sex, and then Space High. The autotune just takes over the stylistic aspect of the song, and it doesn't sound right with the instrumental. Conceited, on the other hand, like I kind of like the song. There's like no heavy autotune on it. Instead, what they did, it sounds like they pitch corrected it, probably Melodyne or maybe Flex Pitch, I don't know. But rather than just like slapping autotune on it, they went in and it sounds like they adjusted where they wanted pitches. So you get like smoother, cleaner, melodic aspect to the song. And then the third thing was mastering. Specifically, there was a lot of clipping throughout the album that I don't think was stylistic, especially on, what was it, Conceited and God Darn Song. It kills me because Conceited, like I said, it's a song I actually like. It sucks that when I hear them start singing the chorus, when they say, "You really think you're all that, baby?" you can hear the audio just clip a little more than a little bit. And you might not notice it if you're not looking for it. But go into the song and see if you hear it because it's there. For me, it takes me out of the song. It's just it sucks that like you can fix that. You can fix that. That's not a thing that has to be there. Like, yes, their vocal gets a little louder there, and that's why it clips. All you have to do is go in the audio file and reduce the gain of that specific part of the vocals. Because, like, you can compress, you can limit, you can do anything, whatever you want. If you have a dynamic track, compression and limiting are only going to do so much before it starts to clip. So you have to go in and reduce the gain. This is why it makes me think that the album was rushed for whatever reason, because that kind of stuff, like, an engineer should be able to pick up on and hear and fix and tell you, hey, like, there's some clipping here. Let me go fix this. It just makes me think someone was like, no, it doesn't matter. No one will notice. We just got to get this out the door, which is, it takes me out of the song. I know there's a lot of people that won't hear it, but like it bugs me. It's something that bugs me. So. And like, I don't think the clipping is bad in every song. Like I know there's some clipping, especially in like Meteor Man and throughout the album. Like if you listen for it, you'll hear it. But Meteor Man is one where I heard it and it kind of fit stylistically. And again, that's not where I think the issue is. I think the issue is in those R&B inspired songs where it's like out of place. Like it's not a hard song. It doesn't have like big boom and bass. It's more poppy. It's more R&B. Like it's supposed to be clean, you know? And I know they have the resources to make it clean. Again, I just think the album was rushed for whatever reason. Either a lot of people missed it or someone didn't have time to fix it. And then the last aspect of the album that I want to touch on was creativity. And I don't think this is the producer's fault. I think this is more on Uzi for picking the beats because they are the director of the album. Unfortunately, the beats are just like, I just think they're kind of like tropey rage R&B. I didn't hear much of a new sound on these beats. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I wish with Uzi playing with experimental vocals, I wish they also played with the tracks as well, because I think this album could have been really cool if they had those experimental vocals over weird takes on rage beats and R&B, you know? It doesn't really inspire people. I'm not speaking for myself either. Like, I'm not saying my beats are revolutionary by any means. I just, with Uzi, as far as like the reason the songs aren't doing as well, as just, I just don't think they're inspiring, or I don't think they're contributing to the evolution of trap. I think they're just trying to fit in, which is weird. They're trying to fit in instrumentally, but as far as vocals go, they're trying all these new things, which I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me.